All right. Hi, besties. Trying to make this big, but it won't go big. So, how's everybody doing? I was supposed to be live like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, almost 2 hours ago, but I overslept. So, I laid down to take a nap. I was doing some writing and apparently I fell asleep. So, anyway, I promised y'all 2 ingredient donuts. So I said I'm going to come on and cook regardless. Hi, everybody. So I'm just going to go ahead and knock this out really quickly. You need to have an air fryer. Okay, the air fryer is super duper important. You're going to need a measuring cup, 1 cup and 3/4 of a cup. Normally you use literally 1 cup of yogurt and a cup and a cup 3/4 a cup of yogurt to 1 cup of flour, self-rising flour. Hey Heather, I overslept, so I decided to come on anyway and make the donuts so people would have it if they wanted the recipe. So again, you need your air fryer. You need self-rising flour. I'm not going to use self-rising flour because I like the way the sugar-free cake mix turns out better because it's donuts. And then this is a high protein donut, so you're going to want to use cottage cheese, but I like the yogurt the way it turns out better. And to give it flavor, we're going to do a sugar-free lemon pudding and blueberry yogurt. So let me show you how easy this is to put together. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm going to grab a spatula. Let me find a spatula for us that's clean. I don't see a clean spatula anywhere. Give me 1 second. Can't believe I overslept like that. I mean, I can, but I can't at the same time. All right. So, again, super easy to put together. Me and Heather are going to make donuts together. Now, if you don't have cake mix, it's very easy. You use 1 cup of self-rising flour. So 1 cup of self-rising flour. I'm going to use the cake mix just because I like how it turns out better. And it's high protein. So there's that part. So again, get this opened up. All right. Okay, maybe not get it just opened up like that. 2 seconds. Let me cut it. So we're going to add 1 cup of the cake mix or self-rising flour. Again, it's more of a taste preference. It's supposed to be 2 ingredients, right? So there's 1 cup. That's all you need. And then I'm adding some lemon pudding because I like the flavor. Then now it makes it 3 ingredients because, again, I can never eat anything just like it's supposed to be eaten. That's just how I cook. So probably about maybe a tablespoon, teaspoon-ish. And then because I feel like it's not going to be sweet enough, because I like my donut sweet, I'm just going to add some sweetener. Again, now it's 4 ingredient donuts. But so what? Okay, so we need 3/4 of a cup of yogurt. I'm going to start with the blueberry. Normally I would use just blueberry, but I don't have enough blueberry, I don't think. Let me see if this how much this makes. We need 3/4 of a cup. But I want the blueberries because I want to make blueberry donuts. Blueberry lemon is what we're actually going to make donuts. So we need a little bit more. It makes about 1/2 of a cup. But we need an actual 3/4 of a cup. So there we go. 3/4 of a cup of yogurt. Could just use blueberry. I use blueberry and regular. I don't know who else is in here watching. Looks like someone else snuck in. So we want to scrape that blueberry out. You can even add sugar-free blueberry or sugar-free strawberry. jam if you have it at your house already. And you just get to mixing. It's hard to believe it's this easy, but it literally is this easy. The mixing part's a little pain in the ass-ish because it's only 2 ingredients. But sometimes I find it's a little dry. Other times I find it works out just perfectly. Again, more of a preferential thing. But you just want to make sure it gets mixed in really good. All the dry ingredients get wet. You can add more yogurt if you want. You could add a little extracts. You could add, because you just need a binding ingredient, you could add a little coffee creamer. But like I said, normally this works pretty good. You just got to work it out. You know what I mean? Hey, Leanne, how are you? Yeah, I was supposed to be doing 2 ingredient donuts like hours ago, and I overslept. So it tastes really good, if that counts for anything. I just don't ever like how sweet things are. And you have to also remember we added the sweetener, which made it a little drier. So what I'm going to do is this, because you know me, I'm an adder of things to recipes. I got some Chobani white chocolate mocha coffee creamer. I'm just adding a dab of that. Probably something lemon would have been better, or blueberry, but I don't have anything like that right now. Fruit wise, yep, that's all I needed. Literally needed like a teaspoon, and it brought it all nicely together for me. There we go. So now how you do your donuts are up to you. Some people roll them out. They're that fancy. I don't know if we're going to be that fancy. I'll play with the dough here a little bit and we'll see. But what you're going to do is go ahead and get, this is how you make this really easy on yourself. Grab yourself, again, your ratio is 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, or I used a sugar-free vanilla cake mix, and I added a couple tablespoons of the lemon. Let me taste it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add a little more lemon just because I like lemon for flavor. And again, you can play with the sweetness. It's up to you. They're your donuts. Nobody can tell you how to make your own donuts. Now, it's supposed to be where you can like mess with it, play with it. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to take out your piece of aluminum foil. You're going to set it up like this on the counter. So it makes it easier. We're just going to drop it into the air fryer. And you're going to get your handy dandy spray. This is where it gets fun. Okay. And again, I use blueberry Nosa. You can use whatever yogurt you want. Okay. That creamer was just white chocolate. It's Chobani. I use it quite frequently for stuff. They have amazing white chocolate raspberry. So what you're going to do is you're going to spray your hands. Spray your hands just like that. See how I did that? There we go. You're going to pick it up. You're going to pick them up like this. And you're going to put them down like a donut on the thing. Best to your ability. I'm going to kind of try to make it look like a donut. There we go. Hold on, I'll show you in a second. Again, sometimes you have to put extra oil on your fingers. I drop them down into little balls. They turn out like whatchamacallit, Hostess cupcakes. I'm talking about the Hostess balls or whatever. That's what they turn out like to me. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to wash my hands. 2 seconds. Normally I'm eating off the the mix, but that would be inappropriate. I like raw cake batter, so sometimes on occasion I still do that. Like, I'm not going to even sit here and pretend. I don't care how healthy I am. So this is the part where you can't really see, so I'm going to try to bring you over here so you can put you down. See how I made a hole there? So you want to spray the tops of your donuts so when they cook. But you can also spray your finger. See how I did that? And you're literally going to make a hole down in the middle of it just so it's like a donut. See that? And spray your fingers. Just want to make a hole down in the middle so it cooks evenly. That's what I already did to that one. I know you're like, Mel, what? Promise you it works. And it makes an amazing donut. Here, so I can show you how I did it in the middle. Because they don't really spread too bad. So here, this one will move over. This one we'll put in the middle there. We normally get about 5 or 6 of these donuts. Yeah, it's like we're gonna get 6. So there we go. So you're gonna go 7 minutes at 340. Again, you're going to just separate the donut. See, you're making it. You can roll it out and all that, but it's just such a pain in the ass, in my opinion, when all you got to do is make a hole. It's a little messy, but very worth it in the end. Yep, mess. Be right back. 2 seconds. Okay. We're going to hang out so you all can see because it's insane how great these donuts turn out. Now, you can do whatever you want on top of here. You can leave them like this. The 2 new ones, we have to spray with some. There we go. Open up our thing. Grab it from both sides like this. 1, 2, and 3. Blueberry donuts in. Here we go. We're going to hit the air fry button. Where the hell is it? Air fry 350 for 7 minutes. I normally go 8, but we'll just see. We'll just do what it says. And there we go. So your donuts are cooking. You could use a scooper. Yeah, you could. I have that scooper I use when I make my Carly cakes. You could use a scooper. You can use your hands. It's just as easy. If it wasn't on camera like that, I would have just used my hands for all of them. Like you saw, it makes 6 1-inch donuts, 1-inch thick donuts. And you can make your dough however you want to. The problem is, to me, the thicker the dough gets, the drier it gets. So yeah, it's pliable and you can move with it and play with it. But the problem is it dries your donut out. So this way, if you do it, I do it more like almost like you're dropping a scone, and you can do any combination. So some of my favorite combinations I do there's a sugar-free chocolate cake mix. You can do chocolate donuts, just straight up chocolate. You can add whatchamacallit to them. You can add chocolate chips. You can do any different combination flavor of pudding. And so I try to switch up the flavor. Now, then it comes into, well, what are you going to eat on the outside? That's kind of a personal choice. I know that, like, for a lot of people I know that are living like a low sugar, low protein diet, they'll do like Splenda. I don't like the taste of Splenda. I'd rather take one for the team and do a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of like lemon pudding. And then I'll put it on the outside when it gets done, like sprinkle it on the outside like you would sugar. Or you can, some people do the Swerve powdered sugar. You can mix that also. That also makes a really good mix. But those of you who are joining late, I was late because I overslept, but 2-ingredient donuts, it's 1 cup of all-purpose flour to 3/4 cup of high-protein yogurt. Tonight, I decided to go a different route. I used the sugar-free cake mix. I used a tablespoon of lemon. I know Kimmy out there loves the lemon Carly cake, so this would be in a great, thing. Take this, and then I mix in about 4 tablespoons of sweetener. Now, this is now 3 ingredients, but I feel like the more shit, the merrier, right? So 4 ingredients now. So a pack of this. And then what I do is I get a flavored yogurt. Y'all can do blueberry lemon. You can do lemon yogurt. You can get chocolate low. Just think of all the combinations that you can do. And like I said, it will give you 6 donuts. They'll be cooked in about 7 minutes at 350 in the air fryer. The other important ingredient that you have to have when making it, I've tried to do it without it, is some kind of a spray. I keep it in the house anyway for, low calorie, healthy cooking. But it's really a great thing. And then these donuts, you can take them. What I'll do is I'll put them on the sheet overnight and let them sit in the refrigerator. And I just pop them in the air fryer in the morning. Or as you saw how fast it takes me to put them together, or you can just make your batter and keep your batter in the fridge and make it as needed. You get about 3 batches, I'd say about 18 donuts out of 1 cake mix, if you make them about the size I did. And like I said, you can do any flavor, right? You can do salted caramel, you can do chocolate vanilla, you can do, whatever your heart desires. But that way it's a high protein, sugar-free, in essence, donut, and you get the same, a lot of people like these at night too, right before they go to bed, because if you count this isn't the best yogurt though for protein. It's gonna keep it 100. This one is 210 calories, and then it's only got 8 grams of protein, so it's not really the best choice. You're not even at a 50-50 when I could do something like, hold on, I could do it like a more healthy yogurt, which I could have done, and I should have done. One of my favorite donuts, just so y'all know, if you love coconut at all, is take a handful of coconut and toast it, and then you use the coconut flavored yogurt in the cake mix with some coconut extracts and a little bit of sweetener. It's phenomenal. And then you roll your donuts in the coconut when they come out. But like, these are 12 grams of protein, 150 calories. So this would be like a much better choice. So you pretty much only need 2 of these to 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And if you don't have all-purpose flour, it's fine. All you need is a cup of regular flour and add a little shake of baking soda. It's not even that serious because they're not really going to rise that much when they're in there. They're pretty much just cooking. And then again, it's more of a texture thing. How much do you want them cooked? Are you more of a, I'll ask you guys, are you guys more of a raw dough kind of people, or are you more of a fully cooked? Now, Krista, my oldest, she's raw. Caitlin, my middle one, and Kiki, it has to be fried, like fried. I personally like, I like it cooked. Like, I like it a little bit raw, but I like it cooked. Like, that's my, yeah, Laura said cooked. Yeah, my kids are really big into the, like, for it to have like a crisp edge. When I make pancakes, that's their thing. When I do pancakes, I have to have some kind of oil in the pan because they like that. I call it the fried edge, kind of like, it looks like a piece of wood. We got 22 seconds, and we're gonna have donuts that quickly, y'all. Who would have thought? but they're healthy. My favorite one is I do a butterscotch one, but yeah, my kids they vary. Now, if they come out, you don't like them, you can flip them over. Sometimes I flip mine. I guess we're gonna find out right now. Yeah, I don't like how mine cooked, so I'll show you where mine are at. They don't look cooked enough for me, so I'm gonna go another 7 minutes. See my donuts, how they're cooked. I like them a little more crispy than that. So what I'll do if they're flippable, which I don't know if they're flippable right now. Yep, they are flippable. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a spatula. Excuse me, Mr. Spatula. Can I borrow you for a moment? Thank you, sir. So I'm going to come over here. Now I'm about to flip the babies over. Just because, again, I like mine a little crispy. I like my donuts like my man, cooked and brown. Oh, that's probably going to be a racist comment behind that. Yep, they're not cooked enough to even flip. See? I flipped a not cooked donut. All right, so we're going to put that back in. Thank you, little donut. I can't even flip you. I'm actually going to go with the air fryer at, this is my educated Mel guess. I'm going to go for 5 minutes at 400. Go. I feel good with that number. This is where I become guessing, the guessing game. See, it was still mucky inside. Did not have enough time to cook because mine are a little thick. So with that being said, we went back in for the, hold on, let me put this little piece on here. We went back in for the final cookiness. I found another little piece. Sometimes I just do, not even gonna lie to y'all, I was fancy today because y'all are here, but sometimes I just drop donut holes. That's pretty much the easiest way to do it. Just drop a fucking donut hole. Don't worry about it. I think what makes them donuts is because I'm using the cake mix. If you all have ever had it, it's the same thing as the 2-ingredient bagels. So like if you do regular yogurt without any flavor and it's not sweet and you mix it together with whatchamacallit, a lot of people just call that a bagel. They used to call them like keto bagels or whatever because you use almond flour. And you could do that. You could make it more savory. You could use regular flour, in my opinion. Again, just my thought. You could use regular flour, a regular high plain Greek yogurt. You could mix it with, I put onion powder and garlic powder and maybe everything's bagel spice in there. Mix it all together when you mix it, and then put it into bagels and then spray the spray on them and put everything bagel stuff on them. And you could make bagels. But then like I said, that's why I like it with the cake mix. And even if I'm going to do it with the all-purpose flour, add like a 1/8 of a cup of some kind of sweetener, whether it's Splenda or if it's like this stuff. This is what I use for my carly cakes. As long as it's like Swerve or something like it's got no sugar, like something like this, like half the calories, half the sugar, something like this tastes really good too. In there, you could do a brown sugar one, and you can add nuts. So it's like kind of go with it in your head, whatever you're thinking sounds good. And again, because they're high protein, you don't really have to worry about, what you're. The other thing is, if you are feeling really excited and froggy, you could add a scoop of protein powder. So what I will do when I'm making them is if I'm making a high protein donut, these are just protein donuts, but if I want to do high protein, I do a peanut butter one too. So if y'all like peanut butter, you just add the PB powder, a couple scoops of that, and it adds additional additional protein to it. So you add that PB Fit powder to it, and that will add extra flavor to it. You can do a peanut butter flavored one. Sorry, I think I'm getting sick from the trip. So that I'm hoping that we can just hang out and see if this completed itself, but I'm not going to keep y'all. We'll wait the 2 minutes, and then if it does not do its thing, then we will just go ahead and I'll put a picture up later. But again, super easy. Use what you have at the house. You can make them sweet. You can make them savory. You can make them donut holes. You can make them donuts. I guess it kind of depends on what you're feeling like. And where is the cream? I was going to show you my creamer that I use. Leanne, you asked what the creamer was. This is it. It's the Chobani yogurt. Came out with a coffee creamer. It is quite phenomenal. It's 35 calories. I use it for when I'm baking sometimes. They've got a white chocolate raspberry, phenomenal. All of their flavors are really good. They're pretty yummy. But you got to be careful because they've still got regular sugar. But I like the flavor that they, add to things. I'm on this kick right now where I'm not buying skinny syrups. And I just had too much, and it was like I went through the skinny syrup phase where I was using them with everything, and now it's like I don't need things to be as sweet as I used to for some reason. And I'm kind of adjusting my taste to it. So I use the coffee creamer like to sweeten where I would use the skinny syrup. So like in the morning when I make a cup of coffee, I'll just get vanilla protein, and then I'll add like a teaspoon of coffee creamer for flavor, like hazelnut or whatever flavor I decide to. Oh, there we go. Now they're brown. Now they browned up nicely. Oh, yep, they cooked. I want to flip them still, though. I'll show you how they turned out. So I did them for 5. Shut up. No one wants to hear your mouth. So I did 5 minutes. That's how they look. I'll take you down so you can see them. Where are we at? There we go. You can see the blueberries inside there. So I'm just going to flip them over. Excuse me. I don't like the way it browned on the other side, so I'm going to flip them over. Most of them you cannot even see the whatchamacallit anymore. The hole that I made kind of covered itself up. But there we go. Flipping these over. Like I said, it's a personal choice where you're at in your diet, your lifestyle. Are you diabetic? Are you pre-diabetic? Are you allowing yourself sugar? Are you not allowing yourself sugar? There's, like I said, you could do, I'm going to do another 3 minutes at 400 degrees here. I think that would be good because they're completely cooked. It's just more of a browning. So like I was saying, it's more of a preference thing. Get it to start here. There we go. I don't keep sugar in the house, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little sweetener with a little bit of whatchamacallit, some, the hell is the word, pudding, some lemon pudding. I'm gonna mix them together, and I'm gonna just sprinkle them on the top of the donuts when they come out. So that's gonna be how I finish my donuts. Again, not the prettiest donuts in the world, but they taste really good, and that's important. You know what I mean? Like that's an important factor of, the taste factor, right? And you can also do, you know what I'm going to do instead of that? I'm going to actually do that. And hold on, I think I have lemon jello. Hold on. That would even taste better. Lemon jello. My kids are always like, Mom, what the hell? Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little lemon jello on the top, mixed with a little swerve. And then I'm going to spray them when they come out, and I'm going to dipple dapple. Put this down over here. Let's see. Yeah. Why are y'all up so late? Everybody's up kind of late tonight. Late night gets the worm. The late night gets the early bird. How's that saying go? The early bird gets the worm. Yeah. What am I saying about the late bird, hey? I got the late bird. All right, so we got about 1 more minute, and then we're gonna run these through this topping I made, and we'll put them on a plate, and then we will call it a night. Oh, you just got home from work? Were you out working that late, girl? Or were you out partying? I mean, partying is worth it, but work not so much. Take this pretty. Oh, picking up Haven. That's right. I forget you do the driving. I forgot about that part. Okay. So there we go. They're cooked really pretty. They're all the way cooked all the way through. Let me show it to y'all. Shit, I can't show you because it's not letting me. Let me turn y'all. So where the hell is it? There we go. Like that. So I got my sugar bowl right here. My sugar stuff. They said spray it with your oil. Just hit it on the side. Like that. Keep it quiet, please. Put it in the flavor stuff. The sugar. They're not the prettiest. I'll say that much. I wouldn't probably win a, hey, these are the prettiest donuts in the world contest. Definitely wouldn't win that. So you can all see me. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, wouldn't win the prettiest donut in the world contest, but we'll see how they taste. That's the important part, right? Make them pretty later. Master pretty. Right now we just need to worry about what do these bad boys taste like? What are they going to taste like when they're done? My kids are going to be like, oh, Kiki says this is why she comes to my house all the time. She's like, if you want to cheat and it's not actually cheating, she's like, go to Mom's house. Which is true because that's how I cook. I try to cook things that are I'd want to eat normally. That one's got to cook longer. This little piece will be our experimental guinea pig. Go back in and cook. That's that extra little piece I had earlier. All right. Here we go. Now, if it tastes like dick, I'm not going to be able to pretend, so that's not going to be good. So my kid said I should eat things off camera. I've not done the lemon blueberry yet. This is my first lemon blueberry batch. Again, your family's probably going to be like, well, what the hell are those? Not the prettiest creatures in the world, right? But they're fried donuts, and we shall see. Hi, Lisa. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That, as far as taste goes, yeah. That's amazing. It's okay. The video will be up here. I overslept. It was my fault. But I wanted to be true to my word. So, again, 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Let me show it to you so you can see it. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then instead of flour, we used a sugar-free cake mix. We did a sugar-free cake mix. Okay. And then it's 3/4 of a cup. So 3/4 of a cup of any kind of yogurt, preferably higher Greek yogurt. What we did today is we added pudding to the powder to 1 cup of cake mix. And then we did blueberry flavored yogurt. So we made actually blueberry donuts. That's how they turned out. Y'all can see. Fully cooked. It's just amazing. I'm not going to even lie. On the top, I just did a little bit of this. Mix that with a little bit of Swerve and put that on the top of the donuts for a sweet flavor, but just so everybody can see. This is what they turned out like. They're like a little cake mixy looking, but they have an amazing, great flavor. So I'll put the video up. Thank y'all for joining me. I hope you try them. If you do try them, put your donuts up on the recipe page. So we can see what flavors you came up with. But yeah, you can't tell that's not a real donut. It's not as pretty as a real donut, but flavor, definitely blueberry, definitely lemon. Definitely a winner. All right, ladies. Thank you. Have a blessed and amazing night. I'll have the recording up here in the next 10 minutes. Kisses.